Hi, this is Jason, one half of the VCB Podcast. Today we are celebrating 4 years of the VCB Podcast. Please join us as we celebrate 4 years of telling impact stories. By tuning in to our very first episode, we would like to thank everybody who supported us the last 4 years, and we'll see you on the next podcast. VCB community, how are you doing? We miss you so much. It's been such a long time. New year, new you, new us. Today on the VCB Podcast. You're listening to the VCB Podcast with your hosts, Jason Smith and Ronaldo Villarreal. Welcome in, all of our family and friends. The first ever episode of the VCB Podcast. I'm your host, Jason Smith, with my co-host, the one, the only, y'all love him, y'all miss him, Ronaldo Villarreal. What's up, Ray?
How's it going, Jason?
Man, it's been a long time since we've talked to a lot of people in the community, man. 2020 was crazy. How do you take your 2020?
My 2020, it's a roller coaster ride. I'll tell you that. With a lot of ups and downs and some questionable things. But you know what? At the end of the day, we made it through it. We're still here. We're still strong. So I can only just move forward.
Absolutely. I know VCB has been through a lot. It's been through a lot of changes, but kind of take us back a little bit because you were obviously the AT instructor here. You helped guys like me and many, many others. Take us back. What was it like when you got the word that we had to shut down?
Well, it came really quickly. I'll be very honest with you, Jason. It was like we heard about this COVID-19 or pandemic, starting up, and we were all unsure at the moment how serious we should take it. If we want what procedures we should follow, but we got the option to start working from remote a little bit to see how that goes, and then I personally chose, I personally chose to take that option to train from home, and then a week later, the state closed down, so everyone had to go work home. So, yeah, it was really quickly.
Yeah, it was crazy. I actually remember training with you from my home and through Zoom, and that was quite the adventure. It was cool, though, because right before they got really strict, you got to actually still come over to the house and kind of help me with some things. And we were actually playing with the setup we're playing with today. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, no, definitely. I should have just invested in Zoom and in their stocks. But again, lesson learned. It was pretty quick. I did have that opportunity quickly to help you at your house with your little setup. But then we got all that shelter in home place thing, and we just bunkered down, but VCB, wanted to continue serving their clients in any way possible, and you know what, we found a way of doing it, and I think we came up with something pretty cool within 2020 with teaching remotely and options that we're going to probably use for the future. So.
Yeah, we absolutely have a lot to talk about today, but one of the first things that I really, really want to get into today is 2021 in general. I mean, we could sit here and talk 2020 all day, but I think for most of us, we'd like to kind of leave it behind us, even though, VCB went through a transformation and there was a lot of great things that came out of 2020 for VCB. One of the biggest losses I feel that we took was the community in general. Yeah. And, you had it on your heart and you're real passionate about this. Why don't you tell everybody a little bit about what 2021 is going to try to bring, at least from a community standpoint.
Yeah, definitely. So I do miss that interaction, that talking to people in the hallways and being out there and in our social groups that we used to have. One of the groups that is being very missed is our knitting crochet group. That I hear your voices out there. But I talked to our leadership team and I said, you know what, let's try to revamp and rediscover how to have our social groups back in this new era of thinking. So I have developed a committee, a social and mental health committee. It's very new. If anyone can come up with a nice little catchy name for it, I would appreciate that. But we are looking at starting hosting conference calls. We had a pilot for our holiday. And we are going to host another one on the 25th where people can just pick up their phones. There's no Zoom meeting. There's no team links. There's nothing. It's just a straight up phone number that you can call in and just chat with us. We want to hear your voices again, hear your input, see how everyone's doing. I get to do that one-on-one interaction with people when I'm training, but I like that social group, that chatter as well, those cross conversations that we used to have, So we're using a platform called Uber Conference, and we're going to try to use that for the 25th of January, just to have like a general call of and see how people are doing and just get their word.
Yeah, I mean, we had one for Christmas, right? I believe you and Matt hosted that one. It went really, really well. Tell everybody a little bit about that so they have an idea, how it's formatted a little bit and how it's going to be more than just kind of a hangout where we all talk, right? It'll be a little bit formatted and some topics and things like that.
Yeah, no, definitely. We with the help of you, we had some topics brought up. We made it around the holiday spirit, things like that. Me and Matt helped me host it, and we just had some topics related to Christmas and holiday traditions, and people called in and we asked everyone to chime in, and it went pretty smooth. There was a little audio hiccup with mine. I got to check my sound card sometimes, but
check that sound card, bro.
Right. But we just keep learning, and every time we have one of these conferences or conference calls, we're gonna get better, and it's gonna be a very good opportunity for everyone.
And that's the big question that we have for you all today is, what are you looking for when it comes to us building back this community at VCB? What are some of the things you're interested in? I know it's on our hearts to do a men's group, maybe a women's group, maybe reintroducing a Bible study type group. That would be amazing. There's all kinds of things that we could do, book clubs, movie clubs. We want to hear from you. So in the comment section below, why don't you go ahead and let us know down there what it is that you would like to see. If you have any other concerns or ideas, you can email us at info@myvcb.org. That is my info, or is it info, right? It's info. Right?
Yep,
info@myvcb.org. We would love to hear from you. We'd love to get your guys' ideas, even if it's topics for this show, because obviously one of the things we're launching is a podcast, episode 1 right here, the VCB Podcast. So if you guys, let us know what you guys want us to cover. Technology, which we'll be getting to here in the next segment, is a topic we've already heard from a lot of people. We could talk movies. We can talk sports a little bit. We can mix it up a little bit. But really, we want to talk to you. We really want to be able to cover the things that you need in your life right now. If you're quarantined or if you're stuck at home, we just want to be able to reach you and give you some hope and know that we're still here. We are still working for you, and when the doors open, we'll be here waiting with open arms.
Exactly. But I before we segue from this topic, I do also want to iterate that one of the conference calls that we do have planned for the future, and maybe close in February, is a topic related to crafts. We're gonna probably bring someone that does craft work and with the people with visual impairment, and have them explain how they do something with that vision loss, and maybe help people that are interested or wanting to continue or miss that trait. We can do that even while we do this stay at home time.
That would be excellent, and I think that would be a great segue for people to really kind of take the time to ask what their skill set is, because once we get into this tech topic, I think that's going to be our focus moving forward. What is it that you do well? What is it that you need to work on? Because in our next segment, we got a lot to tell you about. All right, let's talk a little bit tech. I think, Ray, you know a little bit about technology. Is that kind of something you know about?
I dabble in it a little bit.
I know I wouldn't be doing the things I'm doing today if it wasn't for you, especially when it comes from the visual impairment side, man, because you've definitely been there and taught me a lot, and I got a lot to learn. But the skills that you taught me really came in handy in 2020. Why don't you go ahead and tell everybody what VCB launched and what's been going on around here?
Yeah, so we definitely didn't let 2020 slow us down. We thrived on our training, and we used that to leverage our way on bringing employment services, bringing work to VCB for VCB community. We are currently on our third contract. It's amazing just to say that we have 3 contracts currently in the works that people with vision loss are working. I think I have 27 employees right now. Wow. It's crazy just to keep thinking about, like, we hired 27 people during a pandemic, Jason. Can you believe that? During a pandemic, the time most people are having hard times even trying to keep their jobs, we were able to hire 27, and we're bringing more people on staff just because everything is keep growing, and it's all related to technology and all related to, in regards to technology, excuse me. I don't want to say it's technology based, but we used our rehab training to help people get these opportunities, and now we're, like I said, I think, Jason, you're on one of our projects, right?
That's right. I run the PUA project is what we call it. And it's been a fantastic, not just the work. And that's why I always tell people 2020 was horrible. And I'm like, I understand there's this really black cloud that circles around 2020, but personally for myself, I got a lot of opportunity out of it. But one of the biggest things that I got to do is meet other people like myself who are blind or visually impaired that they just have a yearning, man, to give back, and they have a yearning to just be not only the best that they can be. It's like the thing I like to say, to be the best that you can be. But I watched so many people grow from this state of maybe like fear and anxiety to a comfort level where we show up here every day and do a job, and we do it at a high level, and we do it as a team. And the difference I've seen it made in the employees' lives that are here at the PUA project has been hands down some of the greatest things, the transformations I've ever seen. And it really is based around the tools that they learned from VCB and being able to apply it into a working environment. And it's really, really changed their lives. What are some of the things you've seen?
Well, I've seen a lot of, like you said, growth in people, and they trust their skills more. We have a lot of JAWS users on these projects. You get to see it every day. Like you said, in the PUA team, they going through AT training. You learn web browsing training, and you learn how to do an email and surf on Amazon. But then when it came to having to file applications and claims, at first when people started hearing these terminologies, they were very unsure. But now I can see. I've been today, I'll be honest, I've been in this office only 3 times this week. I've been mostly working from home, but when I come in here and I see all these people using their technologies, and they're just, I like the word I said, they're killing it. They're they have that, swagger, if I want to use that word, the swagger of just like, if you walked into another call center where people are fully sighted, I would say our team looks more confident in the job they do.
And the transformation to that, man, was so amazing to see. And that's where we're at Tech Talk today is, where are you at in your skills? Where are you at in your tech skills? What do you use JAWS? Are you a magnifier? Do you use Fusion? Do you have a Braille reader? Do you use Victor Reader? These are some of the tools that could be used in an office environment that I've seen firsthand change people's lives. So, I mean, that's the challenge we have for you today is, if you have these tools and you learn them and maybe you don't use them on a daily basis, we want to encourage you today to really take the time and browse the web, break up your JAWS, do whatever, start using the tools that you have learned and really get good at it, because there's opportunities, right, Ray?
Oh yeah, definitely. Like I said, I alluded that we are always constantly hiring for these positions, because the demand is continuing to grow. Like you said, you would learn your JAWS skills in browsing, but for those that use are low vision, that use Zoom text, learn how to fill out a form. Because most of our three contracts that we have, you have to fill out a form. Just a little bit more insight for those listening. We have a contract for pandemic unemployment, like Jason said, PUA, helping people with filling out their benefit claims and weekly claims. And that's all based off on the web and filling out a form, just getting their name and information. The other two is I have a medical investigation team, contact tracing for help during this pandemic time, and just asking general questions, doing an interview. And again, that's just a website you go visit. Of course, it's a secure website, and there's some credentials and stuff. But at the end of the day, it's just a form you're filling out, typing in their information, and dealing with the customer, the index that we call that team. And then my newest one is it's called the OTC, over the counter medical supply ordering. Very basic stuff. Advil, vitamins. They go to a website, fill in an item number, put it in a cart. Check out. Tell the customer, here's your reference number. That's it. They move on to their next call. All easy, basic skills that you learn in your VCB AT training, but just a little bit more focused on a particular project. And that's the thing that most people that I have that start off, just they're nervous at, and they don't feel that confidence. But when they realize, oh, okay, I see you. I see this. It's just a links list that I have to find a title for and select it. And then I have to tab through this and just type in my customer's information and then just hit enter. That goes back to, getting your keystrokes, getting your, keyboard training. Like, I think a lot of you that went through our AT training, talking, typing teacher.
Hey, dude, I will forever love talking, typing teacher. I type, the emails and all the stuff that I write now, without talking, typing teacher, man, I don't know where I'd be, dude. That's helped me out a lot. And I've seen it, and it's really about repetitiveness. That's why we're here to encourage you today. Practice your skills that you've learned. And again, I will even encourage you more. If you feel like you need a refreshment course, if you feel like you need help or you don't have these type of skills yet, and you find yourself as a blind and visually impaired individual, contact your local DOR agency, get signed up, ask for some help, get some training, because there's a lot of opportunity. VCB is not only a place now where you could get trained to learn these skills, they're creating opportunities for you to implement them in a working environment that will help your resume. And you never know, your career might be right here at the Valley Center for the Blind. And I think that in itself, the fact that we can introduce people to this world and just be around other people that are just like them, that can help them, iron sharpens iron. And if there's anything that I've gotten from the PUA team, is we talk about it all the time. Like, we've grown to love each other. We're like a family. We just lean on each other. From the beginning, we all came in, we were all nervous. Some of us never had a job. Some of us haven't worked in, like myself, in 15 years. And I find myself in this working environment, and I was kind of like, oh man, it was like a deer in the headlights. But not only did I grow, but man, there's a couple agents in particular, and I won't call them out by name, but I've watched them from day one till now. It's like night and day, man. And their skill set is, you would think I think they could teach Ray a thing or two on JAWS.
You know what? I'll be very honest. believe you. The way they show their skills, they're just doing things, it's just amazing. I only to be very, pull the curtain a little bit. I only had 2 weeks of getting this thing set up for PUA, and we because the opportunity was so quick, it was so drastic, and we were just finding candidates, at the time, and like who's completed our AT training, let's give them a whirl, let's see if this is for them, and now, man, I come back, like I said, I'm overseeing, I'm the industry manager now. That's my new, title here. I oversee those 3 contracts. So I'm not here in the day to day. That's why we got you, Jason, helping me out with that. But when I come in here and I'm listening to all the lingo and all the terminology, I'm like, man, I've only been gone for about a month, I think, from this project, and I'm already completely lost again. I'm probably going to learn. I have to learn this thing again from these group of people. But, I want to show a little bit of light too. This VCB has brought opportunities for people with vision loss to gain jobs here, but also, again, to what you said, gain experience. I know you, Jason, that we had someone in the PUA team that was able to gainfully find employment in their hometown.
Yes.
They didn't have to travel 2 hours to get to here. And that's the other thing. We have some PUA agents. They know who I'm talking about. They'd wake up early in the morning to get here. It take times that I would not feel like wanting to come every day, 3 o'clock in the morning just to get ready to come to work. So that's driven right there.
Yeah.
But
the commitment.
Yeah. Commitment, and the let's go back to that PU agent that was here. They gained that opportunity, that experience to help them better their lives, to get a job outside of VCB, because they built that confidence. That's what they said. It's like, I felt confident now, Ray, to have this opportunity that was presented to me to go forth. And now they're full-time with full benefits, living close to home, helping provide for their family now. It's wonderful. And that's what we're here for, as, the ultimate VCB mission.
Yes, that she is the perfect story to exactly what is being built here. And to that particular PUA agent that is no longer here, if you are listening to this podcast, we miss you.
Yes.
Tearing up. Yeah, I'm too emotional. we miss you, and I took your desk. But it's okay. It's okay. We miss you, and we're so proud of you. We're so proud of you. Your picture's still on the wall, and we just miss you. But there's so much opportunity that the other two agents we talk about, the commitment, we all took a sense of pride when we started this to really kind of not only learn and be able to have a job, but we knew coming in what it meant, what was on the line. If we could pull this off, what it was going to mean, not only for VCB in general, but our community. And the opportunities that have come from this, man, it's exciting. We got 2 other projects. We got more on the way. And, we don't want to take the first episode and talk all night, but, go ahead and wrap this up in a nice little bow, Ray. Like, what should the community know, not only about what they need to learn, but what to look for and who to contact if they want to be interested in anything else that might be coming up? Yeah,
no, definitely. The things to know is just to see where you're at in your life, where you want to be. If you need some brush up, please get in contact with us here at VCB. info@myvcb.org, or just call our Fresno line. If you live in this area, 559-222-4447, and ask for Aaron. He'll help you get your case rolling again. If you're ready to just start getting a job, again, info@myvcb.org. Or if you're interested in any of our social groups, you can always reach out again in that info email address. That's going to be where we catch all those questions for you guys out there. It's, again, some of these, I want to just wrap it up, but some of these opportunities we have are remote. That's a question most people ask me, Ray, are these remote opportunities? Yes, we have. The PUA is the only one that's currently still in-house. Mm-hmm. But my other 2 contracts, I have people. I'll let it know. I have someone that's working from San Diego.
See,
so
nice.
They go to one of the centers down there, and we're open to help anyone. The mission is to help those with vision loss, not vision loss in Fresno, not vision loss in Bakersfield. You know, we love our area, but we're here to serve everyone.
VCB Nation, right?
Yes.
All across the nation. Anybody that needs help, if we can create an opportunity, we want to give it to you. Man, I think this is going to wrap up our first episode. Man, this is crazy. We're actually doing a VCB podcast, and I'm excited. It's going to help the community stay connected in such a time of need where we can't be near each other all the time. This is a great way for us to communicate. Please do not hesitate to reach out at info@myvcb.org. Leave a comment if you're listening to this on Facebook or wherever we end up posting this across our social media platforms. Make sure that you leave a comment in the comment section. Let us know a few different things. We want to know what kind of groups would you like to be a part of, whether it's Zoom or conference calling. Also, what kind of topics would you like for me and Ray to talk about here on the VCB podcast? I think right now we have it slated for once a month, but if the demand is grows enough, we could probably do this a little bit more. But it just feels good to be able to talk even through social media out to everybody, because we miss so many of you guys, and this is a great opportunity for us to stay connected, grow together, and create opportunities together. So I personally want to thank Ray and the rest of the leadership team, Shalina, Aaron, Thomas. You guys have been so instrumental on where I'm at, and I can't wait for everybody to come up and join us and grow this VCB family even bigger. Any final thoughts, Ray?
Well, no, I want to iterate, I thank everyone too on the leadership, but we couldn't do this without you, Jason. We couldn't do it without our clients, our community. If we didn't have you, we wouldn't be doing anything, so we wouldn't be shooting for something. Let's put it that way. So, as much as people can thank us, at the end of the day, it's for you guys that we thank. So.
Yeah. And we appreciate you. And I think that's the perfect quote right there, is just around give and give back. And that's what all these projects have done. The leadership here, VCB, continues to do as they continue to grow. They want to give and give and give. And everybody that I know that's part of a team, they're giving it right back. So that's what true family is built from. So I'm excited for the future. I know you're excited for the future. We look forward to connecting with you guys. All right. So stay tuned for episode 2. That should come out next month, and take this opportunity. Reach out to us. Let us know what you think. Let us know what you would like to see happen in the community, whether it's a group, maybe you want a book club, movie club, music club. Maybe you want to do more crafts. We got that coming out. That'll be coming out here soon. So there's just a lot going on here at VCB, and we're just glad that you're a part of it. We'd like to thank you guys for listening to episode 1. We really appreciate everybody. We miss you. We look forward to reconnecting with you. And remember, get your JAWS out, get your Braille readers out, your Victor readers out, get on the web, fill out a couple of forms, just practice, continue to practice and grow in your in your accessive technology, because opportunity is right around the corner. You've been listening to the VCB podcast with your hosts, Jason Smith and Ronaldo Villarreal, and we thank you.